It is time, after lots and lots of Diamond Quest, a 10-1 Battle Royale run, a handful of lucky pulls, and some more. We are ready to complete the American League collection. Let me know in the comment section down below how far you guys are on the live series collections. Leave a like down below on this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's go. I've gotten some good pulls this year. I mean, we can just go down the line and see what pulls I've had. Bobby Witt Jr. I pulled. I bought Judge. I pulled J-Ram, and then I got him again at BR. I went 10-1, so sold that for a bunch of stubs. I bought Trout. I pulled Tatis. I bought Tarek Skubal. I pulled Bryce Harper. Bought Gunnar. Pulled Paul Skeens. Bought Seager. Bought Alvarez. Bought Vlad. Pulled Mason Miller. Pulled, then sold, then bought Emmanuel Clase. These guys aren't so important. Pulled Ellie De La Cruz. Any other big ones? Not really. So it was kind of a good mix, but I mean, Bobby Witt Jr. and Jose Ramirez, those are two top pulls. Tatis was a big one, same as Harper and Skeens and Ellie. So yeah, we definitely got lucky on our way. We have a lot to collect here. Many teams. We'll start with the Baltimore Orioles. Auto select 40 out of 40. There is Brooks Robinson. Gonna be honest, he will never see the field. I don't think he'll see the field realistically ever, but he'll collect some nice digital dust. So that'll be great. He'll serve his job on that front. Now a little bit more stubs to lock in. This is going to hurt. Mr. Aaron Judge. Arson Judge does go for a decent bit, $225,000 to be exact. But it's worth it. 90 overall, Paul O'Neill. He's got a good swing, but he doesn't have great power or anything. Doesn't have great attributes right now, but Aaron Judge does. Here we have Aaron Judge. The Yankees and the American League East is not yet done because newsflash, there's actually 5 teams in the division, in case any of you guys did not know. The Toronto Blue Jays featuring the newest Blue Jay for life, 14-year extension, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and this Al Leiter. Very excited for him. He shreds. He's got a great pitch mix. He's got good hitting K per 9. He's going to dice. BB9's a little bit lower, but we're definitely trying him out. I've heard great things. Loved him in the past. And with Al Leiter, now we can go ahead, collect all. Darren O'Day. One of, if not the best, bullpen arm in the game right now. Funky motion galore. Former Battle Royale god, a newest member of the Big Gomers Arm Barn, Darren O'Day. Very excited to have him. He's going to help out a bunch. The Cleveland Guardians, Jose Ramirez, maybe the best card in the game right now. That is not a collection reward. J-Ram alongside friends. Now it says Gaylord Perry. The Lord of the Gays, they all look up to him. Shooter McGavin, 21 months with the Tier 1. Welcome back, my friend. Thank you so much. I heard he tips his pitches. Gaylord's got a bad tip. Anyway, the Detroit Tigers featuring Tarek Skubal, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, reigning Triple Crown winner, Tarek Skubal. That's going to get us Gary Sheffield. Scary Gary. Got a great bat wiggle there to him. Not sure how much this card will be used, but that's okay. That's okay. He's on the squad. And finally, the Kansas City Royals. The Kansas City Royals. Bobby Witt Jr. pulled yesterday in his own sweeper pack. Play your Diamond Quest. It's very important. I use the green meatloaf. I use the green ring. for the controller, purple for everything else. The new starting shortstop of the Big Gomers, the team that is currently beating my Minnesota Twins. Collect them for Whit, the hit Merrifield. Kind of a fun bench bat. And finally, the AL Central for the greatest second baseman of all time, Jason Kipnis. I always liked to make fun of his name when I was younger. Kip is on the Big Gomers, another Guardian. Don't know how to feel about that. And then, chat. Finally, it's been like 3 weeks. I can't really say finally. It's not been that long of a time. But we are here. Jason Kipnis, Darren O'Day, Don Baylor, the Rocket, Roger Clemens, 99 overall, filled with more artificial ingredients than a Snickers candy bar. Roger Clemens, steroids and all, welcome to the Big Gomers, my friend. I will need you. I will need your ass to work hard. You'll get no games off. You're pitching all 6 of my weekend classic games. That arm is falling off. But it's worth it if we go 6-0. That's not going to happen. Realistically, I'm giving up 6 runs for a start with Roger Clemens. We're going to be honest. Probably will not be a quality start, but hey, a Gomer can dream. Now, as I've mentioned before, some things that have really helped me get collections done is, first of all, doing that, what you see in the top right, selling everything. I open packs. I sell every damn thing except the commons. Everything else is being sold. I'm trying to maximize my value. And yes, you are going to have roster updates, which will come, I think the word is at the end of the month to the beginning of May. So still not for a while. You know, cards are going to go up in price. For example, the Blue Jays, they've got George Springer, who has been hitting the cover off the ball. And yes, there's good reason to believe he's going to get upgraded, meaning his value will increase. But again, those aren't coming for some time, those roster updates. So right now, I am more focused on getting stubs and getting collections done, and then I'll move into investing. And then at that same time, I think it's best to prioritize one league at a time. If you look at the National League, I've got some teams done. I have the Pirates, Cardinals, Reds, and Brewers, so all I need is the Cubs, really just Kyle Tucker away from completing the NL Central to get Ted Simmons. But right now, I think it means more to me to get that 99 because that is a far superior advantage than a 90 overall catcher would be. Although Ted Simmons is very good, I already have Mike Napoli, who I'm very fond of. So I prioritize the American League first, and I'm able to get the best player at that position probably until August or September. But at the same time, like I mentioned, if you pull one of these big diamonds like Fernando Tatis Jr., he's not the biggest one here, but he's one of the more expensive guys in the National League. If you were to sell him, you lose out on the tax. That's 10% of $68,000. That's about $7,000, $6.8K that you're losing out on. That adds up. Again, the same way I talk about adding up all those bronze cards, they amount to something. So while I'm getting these bigger pulls, I did get Paul Skeens in there. I'm holding on to them, and I'm keeping them because it just doesn't make sense to sell them. And of course, the Battle Royale run that I had where I went 10-0, I got Jose Ramirez and Mason Miller. That ended up getting me about 170,000, 180,000 stubs in total. That definitely helped out. But really, a lot of what I've been doing is in Diamond Quest. There is so many stubs to be had here. This is the best way of actually playing the game to earn stubs for sure, because this is the best pack farming method, and it's also the best repeatable stubs method. And I'll say it till the cows come home. This Pipeline Series map featuring Travis Bazzana, Chase Burns is definitely worth your while. If you compare all the Diamond Quest maps in the game, that one is still the best. The new one that came out yesterday, Anthony Rizzo going for 6,000 stubs and Shane McClanahan going for a little less than 5. Those cards still do not match the price that Noah Schultz and Travis Bazzana are going for. And the packs in the old one with Bazzana and Schultz are the same. You get the same packs and you face less competition because in that new Diamond Quest, you're playing against all-time teams in the Stadium Challenges. You play the all-time Cubs on the right to go to Rizzo, and then the all-time Rays on the left to get Shane McClanahan. So what I do every time when I go into Diamond Quest, as I mentioned before, is I go down, I'll meet the zone sweeper about here, and that is a game against the Chicago White Sox. If you pitch your number 5 overall starting pitcher, you're going to face their number 5 overall starting pitcher, which is left-hander Jake Edey. You can eat him for lunch. It is legend difficulty. It might scare you a little bit, but you're playing the White Sox. I don't think it'll be quite as hard as you think. At least try it. That is all I can ask, because if you lose 50% of your peanuts and you get a negative perk which expires in 1 game. It doesn't have to hinder your run. Try the zone sweeper. It is significantly less difficult than GOAT difficulty. Give it a shot. 5 packs at a time is really good, and you'll surprise yourself. It is great practice, if nothing else, to get better. Give it a chance. Go to the zone sweeper, and then play throughout the whole map. Normally, I go and play on GOAT difficulty straight through because it has been successful for me. But absolutely, it might be just as fast to play the whole map and then go to both. Because for me, I just go and play Bazzana. I just get one of the Stadium Challenge epic rewards because if I'm playing on GOAT, I don't want to risk losing this game and then wasting all that time that I spent to get both Bazzana and the 5 packs from the zone sweeper. So if you want to go through the whole map and then you can ultimately play both the Stadium Challenges on lower difficulty with similar drop rates at the epic and rare rewards, that is a great call and honestly won't take you that much more time than it would for me playing on the hardest difficulty in the game. So Diamond Quest, I can't say it enough. I've talked about it a decent bit. It is the best way that you're going to get stuff. But then as for my team here, you notice the Weekend Classic is a day away. It begins Friday, which there's great rewards there. I recommend everybody go play the Weekend Classic. Check out this video for a full breakdown on what to expect for the first ever Weekend Classic. This is the team I think I will be rocking and rolling with here. I am going to have that tier list video, like I mentioned, going over the best cards in the game at each position. This is how I'm going to construct my team. I've mentioned it before. Guys like Mickey Mantle playing out of position, they are just fine. Center fielders playing in the corners, which technically they can't on their card, they can. He's got 73 fielding, 76 reaction. That is just barely under what he actually has. I've had no trouble playing these guys out of position. I've had Walker Jenkins playing left field for me. He's been totally fine as well. I just like to hit the thresholds like the 80 reaction for Walker Jenkins right there. Mike Trout, I want to keep him above 60 because those reaction times really do matter this year. Again, if you've been playing the game. Now, for first base, this is something I've been talking about too, is platooning. If you want to fully utilize your bench, I highly recommend get guys that fit roles. I think a backup catcher is a necessity. I think you always should have a backup catcher because you can't just have anybody go play catcher for you. Whit Merrifield. This is a very expensive card. Again, luckily we pulled Bobby Witt Jr. You don't need Whit Merrifield, but I highly suggest getting someone who can fill a bunch of these positions. He can be a pinch hitter for me with those versus lefty stats, but he can also sub in and play a very competent second, first, or outfield for me. So Whit Merrifield becomes so valuable. Bryce Harper and Don Baylor platoon. So you can't see what handedness a pitcher you're going to face prior to getting into the game anymore like you used to. But once you get in, if I notice it is a right-handed pitcher, I'm probably going to sub out Don Baylor. Now, ideally, I don't have to burn a bench spot. It's a lefty. But Don Baylor's so good against left-handers, I feel like I just have to have him in there. So it's worth burning a bench spot with him and Harper for me. Now, pitching, this is something I've talked about in that Weekend Classic video. The stamina will not reset. It goes based on what your rank season stamina is, which we'll display right here. So, since the Weekend Classic is based on your max rating, the highest you've achieved, I would think about really going in, playing games prior to the Weekend Classic so your guys are at full stamina, or at least the ones you're going to want to use right away. I just got Roger Clemens. I used him already in one rank game on my road to World Series. I'm going to want him for the Weekend Classic Game 1 and at least another game. So I need to make sure he's at max stamina. So consider that for your starting rotation and your bullpen heading into the Classic. You don't want your number one, your ace, to be drained of stamina right away in the Classic, because that's going to set you up very poorly and mean you can maybe use them for one game. But that should do it for this one. Kind of a hodgepodge of stuff talking about team construction as well as completing collections, both an update for me and then how you guys should be going about things. So I just have the National League at this point to do, and just these teams. I have the D-backs, the Cubs, the Phillies, the Mets, the Braves, and the Dodgers, which is only 6 teams, but that's a lot of stubs because I have one Dodger and his name is Will Smith. He also happens to be the cheapest of the bunch. I'm missing about $500K of Dodgers here. I'm missing out on Acuna and Sale. I've got Soto and Lindor to get. This is just Zach Wheeler. This is just Kyle Tucker, and then Ketel Marte. So realistically, I am probably less than $1 million away from the overall collections actually getting Beltran, which is a long ways away. But eventually we will get there. And I think that's really the prerogative, the mindset you have to have. Eventually you will get there. You just got to keep pushing and keep working towards live series, because even if you get Beltran a month from now, 2 months from now, he is the best card that you'll have for probably until the end of the summer. Like, this is really worth your time. That is still my priority 1000%, getting live series done. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Again, let me hear where you guys are on collections, what kind of progress you're making. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, catch you on the next one.